I haven't exactly been making a lot of car content lately just because of life. So I was sitting here in the Cobra and I wanted to make a video for you guys, but I'm like, what? I don't know what to make a video on right now. I'm just thinking about it. I was like, let's talk to the fam about some of the things that I learned through the process of building the Cobra. I know a lot of people will say, it's not built, it's just head studs and a cam. We don't have different pistons and ruts. Pistons and ruts still stuck, just so you know, but I do have stage 3 comp cams. I have ARP head studs and hardware. The whole block is refreshed. And I also have an upgraded oil pump, which is great because those things a lot of the times break and causes critical failure. So upgraded oil pumps, I've got upgraded fuel pumps as well, but that's not part of the engine. Head studs and cams, and the car sounds really good and it's a lot of fun, so leave me alone. I know it's not a $20,000 build, but it's what I could afford to work for me. Anyways, I digress. I wanted to make a video going into some of the things that you might run into that I can, give you guys some foresight on beforehand if you want to build your 03 or 04 Cobra. I know you probably don't want to because things are weird right now in the world. There are shortages on like everything, gas, freaking chicken, wood. I should have just made a video like I got your gas and wood. I got everything you need, babe. Oof. That is very nice. Very nice. Oh, the smell of race fuel in the evening. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good, you guys. Number one, you're gonna spend way more money than you think you're gonna spend. If you think you're gonna spend like $5-6 grand building your Cobra, go ahead and double that. So, a little over a year ago when I first thought about like we should just go ahead and rebuild the Cobra or refresh some things because things are getting kind of old and starting to have some oil smoke coming out of the exhaust pipes. It's a little bit excessive. We're probably down on power a little bit. Let's go ahead and, I wasn't even planning to rebuild, but refresh. And I was thinking, we might spend like $6,000. Yeah, we spent $6,000 in the first couple of months. We ended up spending more than double that. So, as a rule of thumb, if you're building your car and you're just getting into this, you haven't built a car yet, and your 03 or 04 Cobra is your first build, and yes, I'm talking to you, that person that's really never built anything before, like I was. Years ago, I was that person. You're gonna double what you think you're gonna put into it. So just know that going up front, that if you think you're gonna spend 6 to 8K, then you're probably really gonna spend more like 12 to 16K. The second thing, you probably already see this coming, it's probably common sense, but it's going to take a lot longer than you expect because you're going to run into a bunch of little annoying issues that add up to a lot more. So these little annoying issues are also going to increase the cost of the build, and it's going to be really, really, really frustrating. But hey you, if you're already in the middle of the build, you'll get through it. It's just going to take a while. The car's going to be down for a little bit longer than you probably wanted it to be. It's going to be a little bit like, but hey, don't give up. It will get done eventually. Just keep your head in the game. You'll probably have little issues like something happens with one of your fuel pumps, or your fuel rail pressure sensor randomly goes out and messes up a couple of other things like your spark plugs, or you have an injector that's not firing right, or an injector that's stuck open, or something like that. You're gonna have little annoying problems that are gonna be like, what is causing the car to sputter? Why is it cutting off? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? It's gonna happen to you. Hey, and if it doesn't, that's awesome. That's great. More power to you, but it probably will. So just, be ready for that. Number 3, and last but not least, but I would say this one's the most important. You're building a car with aftermarket parts. As much as you probably don't want to do this, it's probably never going to run perfectly because it's a muscle car from 2003, 2004. there are a lot of moving parts, and none of them were intended from the factory. So it's never gonna run quite perfectly. It might run very well. You might get yours to run better than mine, but you're gonna have little issues to iron out here and there. It's never gonna quite run perfectly, and to me that's okay because I'm just having fun. And that's the way that you should look at it. You should look at it as like, we're gonna get this build perfect, and I'm gonna have the perfectly built 0304 Cobra, because it's not gonna happen. So, you know, just like you would say to your significant other, say to your car, I enjoy every part of you. I enjoy the good parts of you, and I enjoy the not so good, irritating parts of you, your imperfections. So in conclusion, it's gonna cost more than you originally intended. It's gonna take longer than you originally intended, and it's probably never gonna be perfect. With that said, if you're really passionate about 0304 Cobras, you probably don't care, and you probably already know that, but it just hits differently when you've actually done it and you experience it. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from getting their dream car. If you want to purchase and build an 0304 Cobra, as long as you're willing to go through all those things, it is 100% worth it. That's pretty nice too. Like, just to be able to do that all the time. Undercover police officer, I saw you there. Wasn't speeding. It's definitely worth it. I haven't driven this thing in like weeks. I was in Florida like most of last week, and the week before that I was just really busy with weddings. Alright guys, smack that thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this video.